train derailment. Maybe. Sure shit. All right, well, it is 9 o'clock our time, East Coast time, 8 o'clock home time. I searched a little bit last night laying down, and I sent an email to the dispatcher, said, hey, if you don't have any leads yet, here's an option. I'd be interested in this. It's load going from Springfield, Ohio, which is about 70 miles from here. And that is going to Lakeland, Florida. I don't mind running to Florida. It hasn't been that bad. I've been able to make some money, you know. So, of course, she didn't have shit. And she called and booked that load. So, we're going to Florida again. I just got to stop. And if you guys don't know, you know, back when I used to do heavy haul, we used to carry a printer in the truck. It's a great thing to have. The problem I always had with printers in the truck is the bouncing around, and then you run out of ink, or, you know, sometimes the bouncing around, even when we did hot shot, the bouncing around would like just tear the ink cartridges up. They'd fucking leak all over into the printer and stuff. Just make a mess. It's nice to have when it works. You can print stuff off right away, and it would work great in this situation. The broker sent a PDF with the bill of ladings for that load that we're picking up, saying please have a hard copy on hand when you're going to get loaded. But if you didn't know, it's a little bit more expensive. Another option you have is truck stops. Some truck stops have stopped doing it. Most still do it, though. You can send them an email. You go inside, get the email address from them. You send them a PDF copy of the papers you need printed out. It's a little bit more expensive. Some places are like $2 a page. But usually they'll print them out for you, which is nice to have. Another thing to do, if you got room to do it, if you could find a spot, FedEx print and ship centers. They have a standard email that you send all your PDFs to, and then you can go right into the store. You ain't even got to mess with anybody. It's all self-serve. You go over, put your card in. You get an email saying with your code to run that code. Punch that code in, and you can print all your paperwork off. It's like 13 cents a page. Quite a bit of difference. But a FedEx ship place is a lot harder to get into, especially with a semi and a trailer. I could probably do it with just a tractor. But if there's a truck stop down the road and I can just roll in there, I've always done it at Pilots and Flying J's. I've noticed they were able to do it. There's a Love's, so I'm going to stop at a Pilot. It's on the way there. If they're not able to do it, there's a Love's right by Springfield where we're loading. And I'm going to try that if that's going to be my backup. If neither of them places work, they're going to have to deal with it, because I can't shit out a printer. So, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So just an update. We're just waiting. All the other trucks have gone in. It seems like they're coming out from our left. They're going to come out there. So we go in that side, and they're coming out this side. So the guys basically said, when we see one truck come out, just go ahead and pull out and start heading in. So that's what we're just waiting for, getting the truck warmed up, and just giving you an update. And once we're unloaded, I'll get with you guys and let you know our printing situation. But all in all, we're headed to Florida. It is 1,000 miles. It's paying $3,500, $350 a mile for 2 days worth of work. So what is today? Wednesday, Thursday. We should be able to unload this Friday morning, theoretically. And hopefully you get something for Friday. We can load Friday and either get a quick break done or haul back. You know, we'll figure that out when we get down there. But I'll catch you guys later. All right, well, adventures today. We rolled out of the parking lot to go get unloaded. You know, it's just boom, boom, you're right in here. As we're unloading, I noticed inside dual drive tire on the passenger side back drive axle. Something was going on the end. My tire was squatting on the outside, and I'm like, why the hell's that squatting? There's barely any weight on it. For shit, the inside tire, she's off the bead. I don't see any scars on the tire, nothing, no holes. I don't know what the deal is. You know, to recap, so we tried to air it up, couldn't get the bead to seat here. The guy was nice enough, he brought his work truck around with the air compressor, and we pumped on it, put a rash strap around the tire, tried compressing the tire to get the bead to seat. Couldn't get it to do it. There's just too much there. I don't have a bead blaster, obviously, and I'm not a huge fan of the starter fluid with the lighter method. That shit can go horribly wrong. So, calling around a couple tire places around here. Everybody's a couple hours out. Called Love's. Coincidentally enough, I'm pretty sure it's the same Love's where we had that other tire issue. Called Love's. Says he's open right now. If I can get there. I said, "What?" He's like, "What tire do you want me to bring?" I'm like, "Well, all they have is new tires right now," and I'm like, "I don't need a tire. I'm pretty sure I don't think I need a tire." He's like, "Well, if it's off the bead, you probably ruin the tire." So I'm like, "Well, how much you charge an hour?" It's like 120 an hour. I'm only 7 miles away, so you know it's going to be 2 hours of driving. You know, that's just the way they work. So I'm like, if you're going to try to put a tire on it anyways, I might as well just drive the damn thing to you, and if it's fucking ripped off by the time I get there, it's ripped off. You know, if it's not, maybe we can try to hit it with a blaster and air it up. We'll see. But it's worth a shot if it's going to save me that much money an hour. So we got to go fucking deal with that. And then we can go, maybe I can get that printed while I'm there too. I got to get that paperwork printed. We'll try that. But I'm going to try, we're nice and light. I'm going to try to take it pretty easy. You know, we don't want to tear the tire up too much if we can help. Who knows if there's a nail in it. I don't see a nail in it anywhere, but I didn't get that close on it. But we'll see. I'm going to try this view out a little bit. Zoomed out. I got the camera strapped up, or the stand. And you guys get a feel kind of what I've got, what I got to look at every day. And let's go figure out what this is going to cost me. Alright, well, we're finally out of there. That took like an hour and a half at least, something like that. Took them a long time, kind of fucking around. Cost me $45. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with my tire, just fucking randomly deflated. They aired it up, pumped it up to pressure, let it sit for 10 minutes, and it held pressure the entire time. Valve stem extenders, everything's good, nothing's leaking. Don't know what the fuck happened. So it cost me $45 and an hour and a half of my time. The dispatcher called me. I don't know what's going on there, a little bit of fucking attitude. If you're gonna be any later, I told him 11. Well, you didn't fucking tell me you told anybody a certain time. From what it looks like on the thing, it looks like it's a factory. She said that's a crane yard. Okay. I think you may want to fucking tell me that. So, I gotta beat ass over there now and get loaded. So, but $45, put a little air in my tire. I could argue it, but in fact, if they took it off, tested it, checked everything out, everything seems legit on it. They don't know what happened, why it went flat or nothing. So we are gonna crank on down the road here, and I'll get with you when we get to the supposed crane yard.
No, I think don't do it.
Well, of course, we have 0.5 miles. We gotta turn to the right, and we have an emergency scene ahead. We're pushing to get here because of the fucking delay from the tire. Now let's see what we got going on here. Train derailment, maybe. Sure shit. Work on its railroads and its roads. Should be right up here. There it is, there's R&M. Well, just like I said, it's not a fucking crane yard, it's a business. Dispatch tried to tell me it was a crane yard.
Nah, I'm going westbound because see shit.
This guy's just gonna fucking hang out here. Fucking hole in the ground. So I guess we'll park here and figure out where we're going. Alright, well, we're all loaded. It was super windy, so I decided it ain't even worth it right now. Talked to the guy here loaded. I guess that train here derailed Saturday, so that's cool. Let's try to get this dialed in a little bit. Getting ready to get out of here. We've been burning daylight. Messing around with our stupid tires today. All that stuff. We got 8.5 hours left to drive. So I got a truck right next to me. Let's see if I can make it out of here. We look good on our air gauge. Right away, the guy comes up to me and he's telling me about how the truck was here this morning and they loaded him with a load that I was supposed to get, which was 17 pieces. And they're all going to the same place, so it's not a huge deal. And this one now is only 11 pieces, so a little bit lighter load, so cool. I ain't gonna argue about that. That guy showed up with a 53-footer, so it just made more sense for that stuff to go on his trailer. Like, yeah, absolutely. So I just had to call the broker and make sure the broker knew, because I'm like, if I turn in a signed bill of lading to the broker and it's a different bill of lading, I don't want there to be any argument there that he's not going to pay or something like that, you know. So you just got to be mindful of that. It's a garbage truck. Oh, Jesus. I am 60 degrees, and it is time for us to get some miles down. Probably could go. I'm gonna go after this car. This car's cruising. I don't want to cut him off. Be a jerk. Truck is filthy. As you can see, the windshield is just nasty. Probably gonna have to get it washed again. But benefit of this is this takes us, we're going to try to get down there and get this off by try to unload this by Friday morning. So that's going to put us at I was going to put us at $5,000 gross for 3 days worth of work. Not bad. You got to minus the $45 that we just kicked for a tire and the fuel out of all that, obviously. Not a bad gross for 3 days. So if we can, it's gonna be fun cutting into this lane. If we can find a reload coming out of Florida that we can pick up Friday, and it's not the bullshit like it was last time where we loaded at that port, and then because that was a Friday as well, we burned most of our day dicking around there waiting to get loaded and then going to the scale and then having to turn around and go back and get reloaded or take some off because they were way overweight. Why is a cop constantly cutting in front of me here? It'd be an easy job, just sit here all day while they got cars everywhere. It's like a car hauler part of the train. Yeah. But so the plan is Friday, try to find something Friday, and get to add that, depending on where that goes. Maybe we'll get a short one Friday. We'll have to play around and and see, but it should be a decent week as long as nothing crazy happens. So yeah, everything's nice and light on this. I can tell I've got a little bit of weight on, but you can see my air gauge is way below what it is normally. And then we got 1,030 miles to get to our destination. So we're gonna put down as much of it today as we can. I forgot about this one. We're gonna put down as much of it today as we can, and probably end up having the truck pretty hard tomorrow. Since we got delayed today. Well, we'll see how it goes. But no delivery time. I talked to the broker and I called him about that paperwork. I'm like, there's no delivery time, there's no appointments needed scheduled. So when you get there is when they'll unload it. So the sooner the better. It is now 3 o'clock Eastern time. We are going to get the heck out of here. Well, I was gonna video, but I walked inside the store, came back out to I was gonna video on my way back out, show you how packed and tight this truck stop is. We were about a half hour north of Chattanooga, which is I believe Cleveland, Tennessee. Pulled in here and it wasn't a good sight. As soon as I was turning off the interstate, off the ramp there was trucks parked on the shoulders all over the place on the road. As soon as you come in, they're like 4 deep. Back that way, they're like 4 deep back that way, right in front of the scale, so you can barely even get on the scale. And I just went through the fuel island, came up here, just came up this way because, you know, if you're looking at the layout, if I go around this way and I go that way and then come that way, every opportunity I would have to back in is going to be at my driver's side. And so I did that, and as I came up here, the spot we're in was open, believe it or not. So I just straight lined up and just backed straight in. Super damn lucky. But it's going to be it for the night. We only have an hour left on our clock. We only got like a little over 9 hours of driving to do tomorrow. So we should be good. Plenty good. Trying to look for loads. I called Landstar on a load out of Port Canaveral, the last port one we just did down there, and it was like 1,000 miles he had on this one going back up to Ohio. And I said, well, what you got on that? And he says, $1,400. I said, I just pulled out of there for $3,100. We're going to Minnesota. So you're cutting the rate in more than a half, and so I'll just have to keep looking. Thanks anyways. You know, I was polite about it, and got off the phone, and he sent me a text. He sent me a text right away saying, if you'd like to make an offer, go ahead and do it, and I'll let the customer know and see what they say. So I came back at him. I said $2,800. I said, I think that's fair. You know, that's $280 a mile. I said, number one, that port takes forever. They're good at overloading you. You got a $50 escort fee, and you have 0 scales on site, so you fuck around after you get loaded. Plus, they wanted, you know, the full weight, 48,000. That's going to be hard to do with a Conestoga. And that's what they have it listed for, is Conestoga. And if you don't have a Conestoga, they wanted you to tarp it. Remember that last one was a no tarp. So a lot of work for $140 a mile. It ain't gonna happen. It shouldn't be happening anyways, we'll put it that way. So I'm just gonna hang out here for a little bit, relax. I got me a little tub of ice cream. I'm just gonna chillax, eat some ice cream, watch the trucks cruise in and out of here, try to find a damn parking spot, which can be pretty amusing sometimes. So that'll be it for the night. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.